You owe her for the storage unit and for damage to her belongings. Some boxes were left in the cold, Marcus said. Everything was covered, documented, photographed, and secured. I replied. She had the code and the pickup window. The lease was done. Those are the facts. You're hiding behind paperwork, he said flatly. No, I answered. I'm being direct. She started the separation. I closed it before the lease expired. That's not cruelty, it's closure. He muttered something and hung up. An hour later, a notification appeared. Julia had posted a story. The first clip showed her inside a storage unit, panning across boxes with my handwriting on the labels. The caption read, "Picking up the pieces of my life, literally." The next slide was a close-up selfie, red eyes and messy hair, with a long caption about betrayal, broken trust, and abandonment at her lowest point. She didn't mention me by name, but she didn't need to. By midday, 3 mutual friends messaged asking if it was about me. I replied to each with one screenshot. The message she had sent me from the trip. Nothing else. 2 responded awkwardly. The third said, "Makes sense now." That night, I cooked pasta in silence at the kitchen counter. Her story was probably still racking up views, but as far as I was concerned, my part was finished. Or so I believed. 2 days later, a message arrived from Jenna. "Can we talk for a minute?" I hesitated, then replied, "Go ahead." Her first words came quickly. "I don't like how this turned out, but you're not wrong." I kept my response short. She didn't text again, but sent several voice notes instead. Eventually, she laid out the full story. Before the trip, Julia had been messaging a man named Aaron for weeks. Claire had even encouraged her to stage a soft breakup while away, keeping the option open to return if things with Aaron didn't work. Jenna admitted she warned Julia this could blow up. Julia assumed I would wait until she came back so she could decide on her terms. I thanked Jenna for her honesty and asked her not to mention our exchange. She said she hated seeing me dragged online. I put my phone aside without a sense of triumph, just certainty. I had everything documented, lists, photos, and dates. Julia had made her choice long before. I simply followed through. That night, I replayed her plan in my head. She had wanted to control the timing, keeping me in place until she decided. But I had my own clock, and it had already run down. Within a week, word spread she was staying with Claire. Aaron had cut her off 2 days after she came back. One Friday night, there was a knock at my new apartment. Through the peephole, I saw Julia holding a folder. I left the chain on the door. She must have found my address through the change of address form. She always knew how to track me when she needed something. "I want my half of the deposit," she said. "And money for movers." "You owe me." "I don't," I replied firmly. When she tried to argue, I cut her short. The lease was in my name. I paid the deposit. The landlord confirmed your things arrived in good condition. Anything else is on you. "You're unbelievable," she snapped. "Maybe," I said. "But I'm done." She raised the folder, probably full of emails and screenshots. "I can make this messy," she warned. "It's already clean," I replied. "You kept one foot in my life while stepping into another. I just saved you the trouble of choosing." She paused, exhaled sharply, and asked, "You think you've won, don't you?" "No," I said. "I think I'm finished." She turned and left without another word. The next Monday, my landlord emailed me. Subject line: Deposit return. Attached was a scan of a check for the full amount and a short note thanking me for leaving the unit in excellent condition. "The easiest move out I've ever handled," he wrote. I printed it, not because I needed proof, but because I liked having closure in writing. Meanwhile, Julia's retreat friends went quiet. Claire's posts shifted from champagne selfies to vague quotes about betrayal. Julia had expected to come home to a safety net. Instead, she found it gone. 2 months later, she was still staying with Claire, but I heard it was tense, Claire paying most of the bills while Julia contributed little and complained often. Julia's last move was an email sent late on a Thursday, accusing me of emotional cruelty and again demanding half the deposit plus damages for distress. I didn't reply. I forwarded it to my lawyer, who sent a brief cease and desist, warning further demands would be treated as harassment. She never wrote again. Life in my new apartment was calm. Smaller, yes, but entirely mine. No shared drawers, no shelves waiting for someone else's things. Julia had assumed I would stay frozen, waiting for her return. But she had already chosen her direction. I simply acted first. Removing the safety net wasn't punishment. It was acceptance. She wanted clarity. I gave her more than she expected. Once the door closed, it stayed closed. Thanks for listening to this intense story. If you've ever been caught in a situation where someone else thought they had the power to decide for you, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your experience. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to support the channel. Until next time, take care and keep your heart guarded.